What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody. Look, I told y'all last week, and I'm going to tell y'all again this week. Disney's Predator Badlands, whatever you want to call it, all right? This movie is a flop. It's an absolute flop. It flopped last week because the box office was not nearly enough to meet with the budget, with how much they spent. And I told you it was going to have a big drop this weekend. All right, we'll see that in just a minute. And the main reason that I said it is, even if you liked the movie, even if you thought this was a positive movie and you gave it a good score, like in this 95 percentile for the popcorn meter, even if that's you, you ain't going back to watch this movie, are you? No, you're not. There's no rewatch value here at all. You saw it once, hey, decent enough, and you moved on. You're not going back. Even if you told your friends, hey, man, Predator Badlands is good, you should check it out. Oh, you want to come with me? Nah, I think I'm going to go do something else this weekend. Exactly. You're not going back to watch this movie, and that's the major problem that this movie is going to have, okay? You need to have strong rewatch value and low drops when you have a very shaky opening weekend. You know, Predator Badlands, already a box office disaster. Tracking now points to trouble. This is Matt McGloin on Cosmic Book News. Look, you can always tell from the opening weekend. In my opinion, opening weekend has to match the budget. The worldwide opening weekend has to match the budget. This was $80 million opening weekend, actually $79 million on a $105 million budget, which means that you got to have like minuscule drops. You got to have drops in the 30%, 40% range if you hope to make up for that. Okay, but that's not what this movie's going to get, all right, at all, all right? And we're going to see that right now. Predator Badlands, look, $136 million on the worldwide box office on its second weekend. That spells trouble. If you spent $105 million for the budget of this movie, and let's say you give it a very modest marketing campaign of $50 million, you're looking at about $155 million total spend, which means you need to double that in order to break even. The break-even number for Predator Badlands is $310 million. Right now, we are at 136, and the two most lucrative weekends have already shot past it. And now we got Running Man in theaters. We got Now You See Me, Now You Don't. We got Wicked coming up. We got Zootopia coming up. It's a wrap. Because that's about as good as it's going to get. All right, so let's see what the drop was. Yeah, 68%. Damn! That ain't going to get it done, baby. Again, you need it dropped somewhere in the 30 to 40 percentile if you wanted to make up for this low opening box office weekend, first weekend. So, yeah, this is bad. This is all the way bad. And it's another flop for Disney. In my opinion, Disney doesn't know what to do with these sequels. All right, with all of these properties that they own, and they want to do sequels, and they don't want to do legacy properties and Alien and Predator, and you see what they did with Tron Ares. All right, you see what they've done. Again, this is the 7th Disney flop of the year. This is the 7th Disney flop, folks. And I don't know what Freakier Friday did, but it might be 8. I think Freakier Friday barely scraped over break even, and it, made like $5-10 or something like that in the box office. But yeah, this is disastrous for Disney trying to run these franchises back through the mill and see if they can catch some bank off of it. They're not making money off of these. Disney's going to lose somewhere around like $20 to $30 million on this joint. If they crash in somewhere at the 250 mark, I'm expecting this is going to get up to about $250 million. It might go a little bit above that. But $250 million, you take half of that, that's 125. They spent 155 on it. And depending on how much more of that they get, I'm guessing somewhere around $20 to $30 million is going to be the loss for this film. Disney, you got to stop doing this, all right? You got to stop remaking these movies. Take these ideas and make new franchises with them. I've been saying that for the longest time. Take whatever you was going to do with Tron Ares, with Predator Badlands, with Alien and all that, and create an entire new franchise off of it. An entire new franchise. All right. You own the rights. Yes. And you can go and you can make Predator shit and you can do Alien shit. But at the end of the day, you're not doing anything good with it, but losing your money. And look, I'm here for it, man. If you guys want to lose more money and allow me to laugh at y'all dumbasses some more, I'll be happy to. But what I'm saying is they need to start bringing in new franchises. They're losing the young audiences. The young audiences did not come to watch Predator Badlands. They didn't come to watch Running Man. They don't care about these old 40-year-old franchises. They don't care. And you need the 18 to 25s. The 18 to 25 demographic is your future moviegoers. That's why that demographic is so important. That's why they watch it, because that's your future. Those are the guys that are going to still be watching movies, 20, 30 years down the line, if you catch them now. If you catch them now and you can get those guys to go to the movies right now and you get them in the habit of going to the movies, they'll be going to movies for the next 20 to 30 years. But if you lose them now, you might have lost them forever, which is why I said it's almost too late for Gen Z because they have not built up those habits. They have not built the habits of going up to see movies on a weekly basis. Hey, what's in theaters? Let's go check it out. They haven't built those habits up. Disney, they're giving you 40-year-old trash. All right, Disney-fied Predator with cute aliens and shit. It's like, yeah, that's not going to make me go to the theaters. And I grew up with the Predator, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to go and watch this trash. And so they're losing it. They're losing them here. I was showing this the other day. They're losing it in The Running Man. 16% men under 25, 10% women under 25. All right, so that's what, like 1/4 of your audience were people under the age of 25. That's it. That's all. It should be somewhere. It should be actually the reverse. These guys, the under 25 should be the ones excited about going to see a new Predator movie or a new Running Man movie or whatever the case may be. But you can't get these folks. They're not showing up to the theaters. And listen, here's the other thing, man. The gaslighting ain't going to work. All right. The gaslighting is not going to work on this generation. I was reading this from Luis Fernando, okay? Trying to hype it up like a hype man, all right? Like Flavor Flav or something, Ja Rule, trying to hype up Predator Badlands to make everybody believe that this is doing something. It's done. Predator Badlands is now the franchise's highest grossing film at the U.S. box office, beating the original 1987 Predator's entire $59.7 million run, as 20th Century Studios PG-13 Sci-Fi added $13 million on to the biggest second 3-day weekend ever for any film featuring the character. You see how they got to try to like qualify it? Oh, it's the biggest thing ever for this character. For this character. Not in the history of sci-fi. Not something contemporary, the biggest one of 2025 or something like that. No. It's the biggest second 3-day weekend ever for any film featuring the character. You see, people ain't buying this gaslighting. Look, now he does get honest here, but it's a harsh $67.5 million drop from opening weekend, beating the 2004 crossover Alien vs. Predator, $12.4 million. See, when you got to go back like, 20 years, or in this case, damn near 40 years, to try to do some comparisons, when you're doing comparisons to movies from 20 years ago or from 40 years ago, you've admitted that you've lost. You're admitted that this movie cannot compete with contemporary numbers. It can't compete with what's going on right now. You got to go all the way back 20 years ago when the ticket sale prices and inflation and all that shit has just completely wrecked all of these numbers. I don't know what the point of trying to compare like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and 40 years ago box offices within the same franchise. I don't know what's the point of that. All you're proving is that, okay, this movie can't compare to the last movie. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Badlands hits the $66.3 million cume in the U.S., eyeing a $90 to $100 million run. Yeah, again, you should be making $100 million worldwide in your opening box office weekend. And they're talking about from a domestic standpoint, that's what they expect to get. Not even $100 million, maybe $90 million. Okay, because like I said, you got a boatload of new movies coming up within the next couple of weeks. All right, you got, I think Wicked is dropping this weekend. Or this coming weekend, and then you're going to have Zootopia dropping after that. It's going to be Thanksgiving. Folks will be going to the theaters to see movies with their families, but they're probably not seeing Running Man or Predator Badlands or any of these movies. They might go see Now You See Me 3 before they see these other two. So again, to me, this is just dumb on Disney's part. No matter how much people try to hype it up and say it's a good movie and everything, that's great. And if you liked it, love it. I'm not saying you can't like it, but what I'm saying is it's a flop. All right, it is a bona fide, certified flop, and there's no other way to look at it. When you're dropping 68% on your opening weekend, and your opening weekend was only $40 million, and you spent $100 million on it, you're not making your money back. You're going to lose money. This is going to be a flop. Anyway, what do you guys think about it, man? How do you feel about Predator Badlands now? All right? Listen, man, if you liked it, you liked it. I'm not taking that away from anybody. Again, I don't want to take away your enjoyment of the movie. But I do think that it is incumbent upon these theaters and these studios to start rethinking the strategy of these, legacy franchises. Not everything's going to be Top Gun Maverick. I know that's what's in everybody's head. Oh, we're going to do a Top Gun Maverick, but for Predator. No, you're not. What you're going to end up doing is losing a whole lot of money because you're going to spend a whole lot of money and nobody's coming for this. You know, Top Gun Maverick is an anomaly. It is not the rule, all right? It is absolutely not the rule. You got to rethink what it is you're doing. I think if they had took this movie, made it into its own franchise, same story, just make it into its own franchise and give Gen Z and all these young audiences something that is specifically for them, I think they would have showed up. Hey, let's give this a shot. It's not something that my daddy watched, all right? It's not my daddy's old shit. It's my shit. Hey, let me go and watch this. Let's see how it is. That's just the way I look at it. But you guys let me know what y'all think. Go ahead, jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.